Well, isn't it a very interesting time in the life of Keir Starmer? It appears the house of cards is falling. Everything's collapsing around his ears. And pretty soon, you've got to wonder how much more can he absorb before he really has to go. And as somebody commented in, one of the videos the other day, who the hell will we end up with next? This is the thing. But when your staff, when the people around you start saying, this isn't a bit of me, I've had enough, then we need to start thinking about what's going to happen. And one of the major staff members to go is, of course, Morgan McSweeney, Starmer's chief of staff. And that is a bit of a kick in the nuts, to be quite honest with you. And here you can see the information here regarding this, and it's worthwhile going through it because there's several key moments on the side here. Sir Keir's right-hand man quits in a resignation letter. He says Morgan McSweeney says Mandelson has damaged the party and country. Chief of staff left by mutual consent. Scandal threatens Starmer's survival. It is a scandal. And, the amount of times I've done a Starmer's finish video and had criticism for it, and I'm still getting it even now, you've got to wonder, is he finished? How much more can he take, really? It's only a matter of time now. I'd say this week, but we'll see what happens. So Labour MPs have demanded that Keir Starmer resign as Prime Minister after the departure of his Chief of Staff. So there you go. His own party is now turning on him. Morgan McSweeney quit on Sunday afternoon after a backlash to his pushing for Lord Mandelson to be appointed ambassador to the US. Mr. McSweeney insisted Lord Mandelson was the best man for the job in Washington, despite being warned twice by civil servants about the peer's ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Now, he was pushing it. Keir Starmer come out and publicly said, yeah, he is the best man for the job. Peter's great. We know him as Pete and everything else. What in God's name is going on? It's, it's unbelievable. His resignation has prompted calls from Sir Keir's backbench MPs, and these are the ones you've got to watch out for, to quit as well. Brian Leishman, the Labour MP for Alloa and Grangemouth, said there must be a change in political direction, and that comes from the very top. So the Prime Minister must look at his own position and question whether he should follow McSweeney, lead one last time and resign for the good of the country and the Labour Party. This is what this boils down to at the end of the day. It's the survival of the Labour Party. That's what they'll all be worrying about now. But we know the direction the country's been going in. We know what's said about Starmer. We know what we've had to experience and put up with as a country ever since this godforsaken government has got in. And surely this needs to bring down the whole lot of them, not just a sacrificial lamb or two. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. So John Trickett, the Labour MP for Normanton and Hemsworth, added, I believe McSweeney would inevitably have to resign, but the buck stops at the top, and the PM needs to reflect carefully on his judgment about appointing both Mandelson and McSweeney. The Telegraph understands a decision for Mr. McSweeney to leave was made by mutual consent. Both he and Sir Keir felt that the time had come for the departed Chief of Staff to move on from his role. In a statement on Sunday afternoon, Mr. McSweeney said, in the circumstances, the only honourable course is to step aside. He said he took full responsibility for advising the Prime Minister to appoint Lord Mandelson as US ambassador in late 2024, adding the decision to appoint him was wrong. He's damaged our country, our party, and trust in politics itself. I've got news for you, pal. We never trusted you anyway. Kemi Badenoch, Conservative Party leader, accused Sir Keir of ducking responsibility after McSweeney's resignation. Responding to Mr. McSweeney leaving Downing Street, Mrs. Badenoch said, it's about time, but once again, with this PM, it's somebody else's fault. Mandelson lied to me, or Morgan advised me. Keir Starmer has to take responsibility for his own terrible decisions, but he never does. Now, you've got the situation here where people are falling by the wayside. You've got the situation here where it's trying to protect the office of Prime Minister. You've got the situation where who can we clear out of the way to ensure that, you know, Keir Starmer's protected, the Labour Party's protected. Unfortunately, I can't see Starmer being protected for much longer because all the walls are surrounding the campfire, aren't they? Like, we want your job, we want our pound of flesh, and you know what's going to happen next. Now, here's a couple of interesting parts to this news article. A quiet beverage on a Sunday afternoon. One of the surprise contenders tipped to replace Sir Keir Starmer appears to have had a significantly more relaxing Sunday than the Prime Minister. Al Cairns, the Armed Forces Minister, shared a photograph of him having a quiet beverage this afternoon, which he posted to X with the hashtag #SupportYourLocal. Mr. Cairns has already been touted as a future Prime Minister by fellow admiring members. In December, one Labour MP told Politics Home he could be the most impressive leader the country has ever had. Mr. Cairns' response to the compliment was cryptic, telling the Telegraph at this time, "You've got to follow before you can lead." And there's another bit here saying ousting Starmer could turn Britain into an economic basket case. Britain's already an economic basket case, by the way. Last week was an object lesson in the interaction between politics and economics, writes Roger Bootle. As it happens, political events that seemed utterly momentous left little mark on the financial markets, but as the months go by, it may well be a different story. The major events of last week concern the ongoing fallout from Jeffrey Epstein, with thousands of emails exposing new details of the relationship between Lord Mandelson and the convicted offender. The revelations were so serious and the government's response so lame that many market participants have started to think the Prime Minister's days are numbered and that his demise could happen well before May's elections, possibly within the next few weeks. Just like the majority of voters, market operators are far from enamoured with the Prime Minister. But if he were to go, then presumably his Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, would be vulnerable as well. And you got this here, you know, time to embrace the Labour left. Starmer has been told the Labour left her. That doesn't sound good, does it? Sir Keir Starmer must bring more left-wing figures into the government to save his premiership, a Labour MP has said. You couldn't get any more left than the Labour Party right now. Carl Turner, the MP for Kingston upon Hull East, said the Prime Minister needs to reverse some of the idiotic policies from Morgan McSweeney's time in Number 10. He told the Telegraph, "I think the Prime Minister does have an opportunity, but he's going to have to do stuff fairly quickly. He should be bringing in people from all parts of the party. It needs to be a government of all the talents. There's good people on the backbenches who are from the left of the Labour Party and from the soft left of the Labour Party. Not a bit of me, sorry, who ought to be given a chance." Mr. Turner said he did not personally want a job, but identified Dan Carden, the head of Blue Labour Group, and Paula Barker, a former shadow minister, as MPs with potential to serve in government. He added, "There's lots of people on the left who I think ought to be promoted and be given a responsible job where they can make a difference with the electorate for the country who put us into power. And I think without that, I think he's in difficulty again." Mr. Turner also said Sir Keir should get rid of some of these idiotic policy ideas that were brought in by McSweeney, such as plans to scrap jury trials. I mean, that is a real doozy, that one. What you've got to remember is we are, we have a constitution, and one of those things in the constitution is the right to have a trial in front of a jury of our peers. They can't take that off of us. The fall of the House of Blair is almost complete. Wouldn't that be great? Morgan McSweeney was doomed the moment Keir Starmer said he had full confidence in him. It's the kiss of death for any career, like being quoted in an Epstein email. How many Icaruses have flown confidently close to the PM's sun, only to burn and crash to the ground below? Following the loss of Sue Gray, his right-hand woman to Mr. McSweeney, his left-hand man, he has been left armless but not harmless. See what I did? Nice. One suspects Starmer's own position is safe for a little while longer, till the next disaster. But his mandate is gone, and the vultures are gathering for supper. The PM is a modest man, as he constantly reminds us, so let's give him a piece of credit. He refuses to take the Mandy scandal. Is all on him. So there you go. One suspect, Starmer's own position is safe for a little while longer. So what they'll do, they will probably try and drag this out, move this to one side and try and push it down the road as much as they possibly can. But there's going to be more information dumps coming out. There's going to be more embarrassment for the government. There's going to be more embarrassment for Starmer. How much more can he take before bye-bye? At the end of the day, with party politics, they put party before country every time. And if they tell you any different, absolute bollocks. You see it in their actions, you see it in their day-to-day operations, and that is a major problem. So if the Labour Party believe fully that Starmer in place threatens their survival, then bye-bye Starmer. I can't see him lasting much longer. Can you? Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share my stuff. I'll talk to you soon. Toodaloo.